In this movie, I want to introduce you to the quick commands that you'll be using to work with the recycle. I'll be honest with you, the process of recycling is, at this point, not very creative. You're basically formatting these loops so that you can be creative with them in Reason and the Dr. X loop player. So taking advantage of these quick commands will make sure that you use the program quickly and efficiently. Let's get started. Okay, we'll start by launching Recycle. I'll be opening up this file. And if I hit the space bar, I can preview what's in this file. All right, the first quick command that you'll be using a lot is zooming in and zooming out. You can easily zoom in the program if you hold down the Apple key and with your cursor, click and drag over the area of the file that you would like to zoom in on. I want you to notice that at the top, we have an overview of the entire file, and in the grayed out area, we can see the area that we've zoomed in on. I can also grab this gray area with my cursor and scroll forward and backwards through the file. If you need to zoom out, you would use Apple plus option and repeatedly click on the file to zoom out. I'll move the sensitivity slider to show you some of the other tools and commands now. The program has two locators, a left locator, which we see here, and a right locator, which we see at the very end. And this will define the region of the file that you intend to save. You can move the locator by dragging the tab and placing it underneath a slice, but a more efficient way of moving the locator is to use the quick command, which for the left locator is Shift-click, and you want to make sure and click in the timeline underneath the actual window here. And the quick command for the right locator is Apple-click. And this is how you will define the region of the file that you intend to save when you're done recycling the loop. You can easily grab the four tools with a quick command by using Apple plus 1 through 4 located above the Alpha keyboard. Apple 1 will give you the arrow tool. Apple 2 will give you the mute tool. Apple 3 will give you the lock tool. And Apple 4 will give you the pencil tool. As you're recycling your project and developing your libraries, you're going to be moving through a lot of different files. So you can use the general commands in Apple for opening and closing the documents, which would be Apple W to close this document. And Apple O to open up your next document. The quick command for saving is Apple S. And we will also be using the export feature later, which is Apple E. That opens up the export window in the program. I'll talk about that in a little more detail later when you want to export a file as opposed to saving it. And I also want to show you a video of how you can position your hand on the keyboard to efficiently grab these tools. So once again, quick commands are Apple click and drag to zoom in, Apple plus option and click to zoom out. You have shift click in the numeric timeline for the left locator, Apple click for the right locator, and Apple W to close the document, and Apple O to open up your next document. Here's a listing of the quick commands if you want to take a moment to pause this video and you can write these down and take some notes.